Hello everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Judy. This is the Autumn Acorn Knits podcast, and I am so happy that you've joined me. If you are new to the podcast, thank you so much for checking me out, and I hope you like what you see. And if you are a returning viewer, I really appreciate you, and happy to see you again. So it's been a couple weeks. I think the last time I podcast, did I say this is podcast episode number 6, by the way? Oh, and I should mention where you can find me. So on Instagram, you can find me at Judy Jewell, JEWELL _. And on Facebook, I have a group, a knitting group, private knitting group that you can join called the Autumn Acorn Knits. You could also follow me on my normal Facebook profile, which is Judy Jewell. Yeah, and I think that's about it. So yeah, anyway, it's been a couple of weeks since I saw you last, and quite a bit has happened. I think I've been quite busy. Joe is back from Yars in Nepal, so I'll tell you about that at the end. And I have the winner of the most recent giveaway to announce. That's exciting. And there I will be talking about my works in progress. Well, I did finish something, but it's already been shipped off to its happy owner. So, I wanted to talk about how my progress is on the giant knitting that I showed you last episode. I wanted to talk about my trip to Connecticut, and then I'm having a new giveaway. So I want to talk about the new giveaway and tell you how you can enter to win that. So exciting stuff. And let's start with, I wanted to mention I have a candle going in the back, and in general, I am really anti-candles because they're really dangerous for you. Their number one ingredient is formaldehyde, which is toxic. Breathing in the smoke from candles and the fumes and the fragrances is just as dangerous as secondhand smoke, which is more dangerous than smoking a cigarette. So it's just not good. I used to be obsessed with candles. I loved them. Yankee Candle was my favorite shopping trip to take. I had them everywhere. And as soon as I started to learn more about the dangers of them and how they can affect your mood, they can be cancer causing, just terrible for the human body. So, but there is hope because I just love the flicker of candles. So beeswax candles are perfectly safe. And soy candles, I believe, are also safe. It's those paraffin candles that you see pretty much everywhere you go, drugstores or department stores, that are the paraffin wax candles that are really bad for you. So I am burning beeswax, which actually cleans the air and makes you feel better, healthier. But also the diffuser that I have running, it's hard to see right there in the picture, but that gives me the nice smells that I want, as well as helping my body. So just a little information that you may not have known about candles. A lot of people don't or not aware. It's not like it's widely advertised, but I've done enough research and I am convinced that they all had to go in the garbage. So I literally threw them all away for the most part. So let's move on to, if you're interested in that type of thing, how to get rid of toxins, just dangerous chemicals from your life, because they build up in our system and our family systems, whether it be your cleaning products or the things you use, the soaps you use, the shampoos, the toothpaste, deodorants. I could go on and on. All of those things, I will guarantee you, have ingredients in them that are very dangerous to your health. Put us in a bad mood, make us just feel tired all the time and just cranky, and they affect our sleep and our kids' moods and their activity levels. And you would be so surprised how quickly they build up and how our bodies are unable to break them down at a certain point, and it eventually wins. So if you're interested in finding alternatives to that, we call it a ditch and switch. If you're interested in DIY projects that will show you how easy it is to make your own plant-based products and save a lot of money and just be healthier, just to feel good, then I have started a new Facebook group just for that purpose. It's not about knitting, it's not about crafts. It's mainly about getting healthier and getting rid of the crap in your life. But I'd love it if you would join. It's a private group and it's called Love Nature. I'll put the link here, down here. So please do join, and I try to post at least once or twice every day, and it's mainly about giving you information and just giving back. I just want to educate. I'm really passionate about it, so I can't really shut up. So yeah, if you're interested. That was a side note. So, works in progress. All right, what do we have? The only thing I did finish was it's a doll. A woman reached out to me on Facebook who I don't know. Well, I know her now, but I didn't know her then. And she said she's pregnant. She's having her daughter in January. And she's had this doll since she was a little girl that I believe her grandmother knit or crocheted. So it's a doll that's attached to a granny square blanket, and it has, it's all crocheted except for the hands and the face are plastic. So she sent me everything I needed. She sent me the doll that she has had since she was little so I could duplicate it because I didn't have a pattern. And I think I did a really good job. I'm really happy with the way it came out, and she sent me a message when she received it saying that she cried when she opened it. So I mean, that says everything. There's nothing else I need. That means a lot to me. So anyway, I did get that finished since the last podcast. And then I worked a little bit more on my daughter's shawl. I was not able to finish it in time for her birthday. So but I was able to gift her a pair of handmade socks, which she loved, and some other goodies that she really liked. So that was fun. But the shawl will have to be a Christmas gift. But I'll show you how far I've gotten on it. It's tricky to show you, but you can see that gold section is done, and then it's quite wrinkly. I think it's going to look really beautiful blocked out, but in the meantime, yeah, I haven't gotten that far. But I'm really happy with it, and I really enjoy working on it when I do have time to. So, Christmas! Although Christmas will be here before you know it. I love Christmas. Like, I'm already singing Christmas carols to myself because there's haters out there who think you can't do that before Thanksgiving, but I don't really care. Christmas makes me happy. I've been Christmas shopping for a while now, at least a month or two, because I don't like to wait till the end, so. Okay, next is in my Halloween, my fall, I call it my fall bag. And that was a bag from Wanda. Yeah, she's really awesome. I love her stuff. Anyway, I am making this one. I've started for Charlie, my little granddaughter, who is now 8 weeks old. And it's another cardigan. This one's called the Pattern Button Jacket. I can't remember if I showed you last time, but it's so cute. And this one I found on Ravelry. There was no charge for this pattern. And the author is Mon Petit Violon Designs. MONPETIT-VIOLON Designs. She has some beautiful patterns. I think they're all for children, but I could be wrong. Oh, they're so cute, and I think quite unique. Anyway, I started this on the train ride down to Connecticut, and I got a lot done on it. Let me show you. I just love the color. Isn't that so sweet? I don't know if you could see. It's a very, here's the back. Very simple design, but I just think it's very feminine looking. And then it's not finished, obviously. I have to work on the sleeves. I think I'm just now working, yeah, I'm starting that sleeve. I'll make both of the sleeves, and then I'll need some buttons, and I'll make the button tabs for the top, which I think is so cool. And I have not decided which buttons to use yet. I really like the look that she used, the author, but I'm not sure. Anyway, has been really fun to make. And this yarn that I'm using, this is a wool. This is definitely a woolly wool. And I got this at the Vermont Sheep and Wool Festival for $3 a skein. Oh, there came in Hanks. There was no information on it, but I do know it's soft and just really, really woolly and cushy, and I love it. So, and then I'm using a 4mm crochet hook, which I think is an H in US terms, but I can't remember. So yeah, that has been super fun and very easy. It's all one piece, which I really like. So in other words, there's no seaming later, but I know I don't show you a lot of crocheting projects, so I was really happy to start one. And that should fit Charlie throughout the entire winter, I would guess. She's not growing really, really quickly, which is okay with us. We're like, slow down. Next is, this was in the bag that I bought from Knit Picks. I love this one too. And this is a design that I am writing, a pattern I'm writing myself from a design that I thought of. So I'm not going to share a lot of information about it right now because it's still in the works, in the super secret part of its life. But I can tell you a couple of things about it. It is going to be for a cat. I can say that. Here is what you can make of it so far. The bottom is crocheted, but the rest of it is knit. So it appeals to both knitters and crocheters. I have it in my little needle cozy by the Steady Hand, which is absolutely one of my favorite Etsy shops ever. And I am using my my Knitter's Pride Royale interchangeable circular needles for this in a US size 11, which of course the numbers have worn off, so I can't remember what that equates to in millimeters. But the yarn that I'm using is Cascade Ecological Wool, which I really like because it comes in such large hanks. I think that it's like 475 yards in a hank, so I mean, it's not really that inexpensive, but at least you get a lot, and it's a very soft wool. I'm drinking pumpkin spice coffee by Green Mountain, which they won't be selling it forever. You know, it's seasonal, so I try to drink it as much as I can while I can still get it. I love it. I've tried the Dunkin' Donuts pumpkin spice, you know, the K-cups or the bags even, and it just tastes chemically to me. I don't know. I don't like that particular flavor of pumpkin spice, so I have to go with Green Mountain. I've tried many different varieties of pumpkin spice because I'm a pumpkin spice freak, but I don't love them all, so trial and error, but I always come back to Green Mountain because it's just the best. Anyway, I hope to release this pattern when my Etsy shops open back up at the beginning of the new year, 2018. I hope to have a series of patterns to release. I'm really excited about that. Pattern writing used to be something I did constantly. I've written literally probably 200 patterns. Half of those or more were for newborn baby props, and the other half were for adult items mainly. So this has been fun. I like to write and create and see what I can come up with sometimes. So the last thing that I have been working on steadily is my featherweight cardigan, which takes a lot longer than I thought. I'm not really an experienced sweater maker, so I don't remember. But this is the Featherweight Cardigan by Hannah Fettig. Everyone knows this pattern pretty much. And this is a pattern that you do have to pay for. I bought mine from Ravelry. And I'm using some hand-dyed wool. It's a superwash merino with nylon in a fingering weight from Seven Sisters Arts, which you've got to go on their website and just check out the beautiful colors that they dye. Oh, they're just so good. They're out of Maine. And I had picked up this yarn. Oh, what was that called? My goodness, it just escaped me. A yarn shop in Portland, Maine that I've talked to you about before. Here's the yarn. It's such a gorgeous color of pinks and golds and creams and greens, and it talks to me. It says, please knit with me. Every day it calls to me. And I'm like, well, I'll try to get to you. But anyway, I had picked up 2 hanks of it from this yarn store, which I loved, and I'm sorry I can't think of the name right now. I'll try to think of it. And thought that would be enough, and it may have been enough, but here's my story, and I've told you this before. I was really worried that it wouldn't be enough. Anyway, let me show you where the last time I saw you, this is where I was. You can see the progress marker. So I got all the way to the bottom of the back and did the 3 inches. I did 3 inches of ribbing, and now I've started on the sleeves. But I really am wondering if it's going to be too cropped for my taste, and that will break my heart. So I know it still needs to be blocked, which could give it some length, I hope. I'm praying, because my heart is so set on this being like one of my daily throw it on, a staple in my wardrobe. And you can see the color a little bit better. It's really hard to capture how beautiful it is, especially the golds. So anyway, I'm hoping that it's going to work and that it'll look lovely in the end. But what I did do is, because I was panicking about running out of yarn, which now I don't think I will, because look, I have this whole thing for the sleeves. But I was panicking because it seemed like it was going through it quickly at first, and there was no way that I could replace it. I could not find this yarn anywhere. And then I reached out. I just went straight to Seven Sisters Arts. Well, I had gone to their website before, and it said, if you are interested in this yarn, this particular colorway, which is called Daydreams, I should have said that. Put your name in and we'll let you know if we make more, if we dye more. So, a month went by and I haven't heard anything. I'm thinking, maybe I'll just send a private message. So I did. I sent out I think it was a Facebook message or an email. I think I found their email maybe on their website. That was it. And I said, do you have any more of this colorway? And I told her my dilemma, and she said, I don't, but I do have a set of gradients that I'd be willing to break up. And you could just buy that one. And I'm like, yeah. She goes, I can't guarantee you it's the same dye lot, but let's do it. So we did. And then this showed up in my mail in all its beautiful glory. And I was so grateful, because if nothing else, this is the Meridian base, by the way. If nothing else, at least I know I won't be short on the yarn. I love this yarn enough that I would be very happy making something else with it. So anyway, that's how far I've gotten. So I'm hoping to work on that enough that I can just get it done so I can wear it and enjoy it and love on it. That's been a super fun project to work on. So those are my works in progress. Now I wanted to update you a little bit on the giant knitting. So the last time when I podcast, I had showed you the the processed merino wool yarn that I was going to be knitting a giant blanket with, that I got from Little Dandelion. I think that's what it's called, or Dandelion Knits. I always do that One or the other. I'll put it in the show notes. By the way, show notes, if you're looking for them, go to my website, judyjewel.com, and they'll be there. I haven't gone back and done all of the episodes, just the last episode, and I hope to do that moving forward. Anyway, I was using the circular needles, the giant, I think they were 50 millimeter circular needles, thinking I could get the right gauge or tension, basically. And after doing several rows, I realized that it just wasn't big enough, the gauge. I needed a bigger needle. So I had shown you the PVC pipe needles that I made and have knit blankets with before. So I went back to trying those, and I just realized they're way too long for what I need them to be. So I started searching for like PVC pipe cutters, see if I could, you know, and I went to Walmart to buy one. They were pretty inexpensive there. And I asked the guy, and he goes, you know, we don't carry them here, that you can get one online, but we don't carry them. But all you need to do is just use a saw. That's what I do for my PVC pipe. It's nothing fancy. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try that. So that's my plan. I'm going to take those needles and remove a good portion of them because they're just so large, which makes them really heavy. And I don't think I'm ever going to make a blanket that requires a needle quite that long. So stay tuned, and we'll see how that all works out. What else did I want to tell you about? I took a trip to Connecticut to see my daughter Kelly, her husband Ken, and the new grandbaby Charlie Adelaide. I hadn't seen her in, I think, 5 weeks, or at least 4 weeks, 5 weeks. And I missed the dickens out of her. So my car still was having trouble. Like, I've had it in the shop in and out a couple times, but it still was doing some weird things. So I decided to take the train, take Amtrak. So I took the train, started out in Randolph, Vermont. And yeah, it was a 6-hour trip. Maybe not quite, but about 6-hour trip on the train. So I left nice and early and arrived in Connecticut. I want to say it was around 5:30 p.m. So it was great. I really enjoyed. I was very nervous, don't get me wrong. New things freak me out. Like doing something either for the first time or haven't done it in a long time. That initial, like, will I be able to park overnight, and will I be able to, will I make it to the train in time? Will I know which train to get on, when to get off? All of that stuff that should be really simple for a lot of people. I just have a high anxiety level. So I was putting on my essential oils and just really doing a lot of self-talk, like, you got this, you're an adult, you're a 53-year-old woman, you can do this, this is not hard. And sure enough, once I got on the train, I was fine. Then when I got to my stop, I knew it was my stop, but you have to hurry. Those trains do not wait. So I had everything ready, and I get to the door. I had been watching too. I'm a people watcher, so I'm like, okay, that's how you do it. I can do this. I saw this guy sort of like take his foot and kick the door, and it opened automatically. I'm like, this is so easy. So I go up there with all my bags, and I go to kick the door, and it doesn't do anything. I go to try the handle, and it doesn't move. And then at this point, I've got people behind me saying, push the button, push the button. And I'm so stressed, though, that I can't think straight, right? Because I stopped being able to think well. Finally, I see where I'm supposed to push, and I do, and I make it out, like, just barely. And I'm at that point already almost in tears, I think I texted Kelly, my daughter, and I'm like, I made it, but it was so stressful. And then she calls me, and as soon as I hear her voice, I'm like getting a little emotional. And she's like, Mom, you're fine. I'm like, I have no idea where I am. So yeah, I pulled myself together, and everything was good. But then going back home, I was so worried about getting on the right train because there were a lot of trains. Metro North is coming to bring people into Manhattan and New York City, and I just was like, okay, so I went up to this woman who worked there, and I said, I'm not train traveler. I don't want to get on the wrong train. Can you tell me what to do?" And she goes, "Oh, yeah, you need to get across the street, over the tunnel. You're going to go to, what did she say? Track 4. And you'll be fine. Just, it's the Vermonter is what the train's called. It's the only Amtrak that's going to pick up at that track," and blah, blah, blah. And I didn't have an awful lot of time to begin with, so I'm trying to follow her directions in the meantime, very, very nervous, and I can't find any of the things she's talking about. I'm out there on the streets, and it's a pretty big city, and I'm not a city girl. I'm so used to the country and like 2 cars. Anyway, making a long story short, I had to go all the way back up, and I had to admit to this woman, "I can't find what you just said." And she's like, "Did you go down the stairs? Did you see the paint?" I'm like, "I am so confused. I'm sorry. Please forgive me." And she's like, "It's okay." So she really was took her time and explained it again, and I found it, and I was so relieved when I got to the bench, and I just sat there, and I'm like, "Girl, you need to chill out. You are a stress ball." So again, I'm oiling up, and I started to feel so much better, and then the rest of the trip was fine. But we had a great time in Connecticut. It was my daughter's birthday, so for her birthday, she wanted to go to the aquarium. So we did. We went to the Norwalk Aquarium in Connecticut. We had a really nice time. The baby was wonderful. After that, we went to this cool restaurant called Bar Taco in Westport, Connecticut. Delicious. So good. So different than anything that I'd had before. We really had fun. And then during my time, I was only in Connecticut for 4 days, but during that time, 2 of those nights, I took over baby duty, like literally overnight. The first time I just let Kelly just go in and go to sleep, and then I took over. The baby was in my room, in the guest room, and I had, all the bottles. I knew exactly what I was doing every 3 hours, and it went really well. It was really fun. It had been a long time since I had done that. It's tiring, but oh, that little sweetie. She just practically slept through every feeding and then went right back to sleep. It was so easy. The next night I needed to sleep. I needed to catch up on sleep because I knew that the following evening that Kelly and her husband Ken were going to use a gift card they had gotten when the baby was born to go out to one of their favorite restaurants. So I babysat for the evening, and then of course had Charlie overnight again, and Kelly said she slept so well. So it's a nice thing to hear. I was really happy. The first night she's like, "I woke up a lot," and I'm like, "I know." But this last time she was able to really relax. So much fun. So great to spend time with them. And I can't wait to go back again. I'm going back again I think it's the 17th of November. I'm going to be teaching an oils class down there to a friend and her friends. And then my daughter is going to be having her own oils class to help educate people about oils. So that's really exciting, and I'll be helping with that. So good stuff. Anyway, Joe came back. So I missed him terribly. It's one thing to be away from each other for a weekend or a week even, but this was 10 days. Or was it more? It was a long time. I think it might have even been 13 days. It was a long time. I'm positive I missed him more than he missed me. I think his experience in Nepal, building those houses, cutting those bricks, just bonding with that group of, I think there were 15 other Young Living members that went on this service trip, and plus all of the the employees of Young Living that work for corporate were there as well. And I think he made some lifelong friendships. He had some wonderful stories to tell. It was hot. It was dusty. When he was in Kathmandu, he said it was very, very dirty. Garbage on the streets. Traffic, basically there's no traffic laws. Everybody's just going by so fast and passing each other, and he said it's really, really crazy. But his experience in the village of Yarsa, they made, I want to say it was 7 homes, 6.5 homes they finished. They were supposed to, their goal was 5, so they were way over their goal. And he just it sounds like a beautiful, beautiful experience. I'm going to try to get him to do a little bit of podcast with me, to talk about it from his perspective. He bought me this beautiful, can you see this, shawl while he was there. It is so gorgeous. I don't want to take it off because it's really chilly. I've got the little wood stove going back there, but it's still chilly in the cabin. But this is made from yak, and you could even see parts of it are, this part's like embroidered with the actual yak yarn. Oh, it's so wonderful. I'm in love with it. I love the colors. I love the size. It's quite generous. I love the pattern and the colors. They're so perfectly like fall with that gold that I just love. So what a sweet, sweet surprise that from Joe. Oh, and then he's only home for, I want to say 5 days. And he gets a notification from Young Living saying, we were really hoping that you could come back again at the end of November for another service trip, because Joe's experience in the medical field, he was able to help with, I think it was 6 medical emergencies on the team while he was there, and they realized how valuable that service was. So they said, you know, because of your medical expertise, we'd really like to have you back. And he didn't even hesitate. He didn't even ask me, and that's okay. This is obviously a passion of Joe's, and that warms my heart. So at first I'm like, oh, I'm gonna miss you, but hold on, let me just, because I think we got the news in the middle of the night. And I said, just let me process it for a minute. And then the next morning I'm like, oh my goodness, of course you have to go, you're needed. You've got to do this. So pretty exciting. So here we go again. And again, he'll be gone for at least 2 weeks. So, all right, let's get on to the giveaway. So, as you may remember, I'm probably not going to take it out this time, but there was a circular needle cozy pouch, a beautiful project bag with the, oh, I want to take it out, but I don't remember the little sheep. There also is a beautiful skein of opal yarn. So the yarn is from Candra's Yarn Paradise on Etsy. Oh, and then there's also a couple of macaroon little stitch holder cases and a little pair of scissors as well in there. But the project bag and the needle cozy are from Wanda at Twisted Yarn and Fiber. And she was the same one who gifted me this beautiful fall project bag. I love her work. Check her out on Etsy. She was so kind to give us this gift, as was Candra of Candra's Yarn Paradise. They are also both on Instagram if you want to check them out. So anyway, I did the random number generator, and this time I remembered to record it. So I'll attach it to this video, and you can see that I typed in, numbers 1 through 176 entries. Like, I was blown away by that. That is a lot of entries. Holy moly. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. So the winner was number 145. Her name is Lisa Aiello. So it's Lisa Aiello. And Lisa had commented in the Facebook group, because that was one way you could enter, and she said that she made her own sock blockers out of wire hangers, coat hangers, and she showed a picture. I thought that was so smart. So yeah, way to go. Good idea, Lisa, and congratulations. I will get this out to you as soon as I hear back from you with your address. I will get this in the mail. Congrats. So fun. All right. That brings me to the next giveaway. So in honor of reaching 200 subscribers on my YouTube channel, which, thank you guys, means a lot to me, I have had some very generous friends on Etsy who support podcasters, which means a lot to me. Just want to put away these needles that I forgot to put back. So we'll start out with a bar of soap from Clark Farm, New Hampshire. Lavender, all goat's milk soap, beautiful. I have bought many bars. Smells heavenly. Extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, goat milk, and you name the wonderfulness that's in here. So yeah, she was kind enough to, let's see, that was from Kristen Gilbert. Like I said, Clark Farm, New Hampshire. You can find her store on Etsy. She also has a Facebook page. So there'll be 1 bar of soap in this giveaway. Then we have, oh, this is amazing, amazing. A crazy Zauber ball. Look at the colors, greens, blues, pinks. You know how much I love a crazy Zauber ball. I made a pair of socks out of this, not this color, but they're my absolute favorites. This is a beautiful, beautiful yarn. There's the label. And this was donated to us by Gerard and Shirley Walsh of an Etsy store called Hand Dyed Sock Yarn. And I have bought yarn from them before. I also bought a skein of this too because I can't wait to make another pair of socks. But you, one of you lucky winners, will be getting this awesome crazy Zauber ball as well. So thank you so much, Gerard and Shirley of Hand Dyed Sock Yarn. That's not all, folks. The Steady Hand, I know I've talked about her many times. I'm so in love with, her name is April Maisie. I'm so in love with her shop and her items. They're the best. Something else I forgot to put back in here. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Anyway, April was super, super generous. Not only did she give us some things for the giveaway for you guys, she also gave me quite a few freebies, gifts, which I was so touched by. So yeah, let me show you what we have for the giveaway. So one of you lucky people will win this adorable needle cozy with little ducks all over it for your either double pointed needle, or it would also work really well for circular needle. And also April has included this adorable little notions pouch with a sweet little zipper pull inside. I have her card in there as well. I love the little hearts. And April has included one of these. This is a Progress. Here, I just wanted to show you the name for her shop. This is a Progress Keeper holder. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these. I hadn't. I've been testing one out though that April gave to me as a gift. But you unzip it, all the sides, and then inside is a place to keep all of your Progress Keepers or stitch markers. I just love this idea of having them all in this nice handy case. So one of you will be winning this as well. So that's an amazing prize package. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items can be yours. Before I tell you how to enter that giveaway though, I wanted to show you what April gave to me to keep. She gave me one of her smaller needle cozies, because I use these constantly. I've already told you how much I love the fact that April adds 3 snaps instead of 2, so that if you're working on a smaller project, you can keep it nice and cozy in this small area, and if you need to open up the bigger one, you can as well. So I just love that extra touch. I haven't seen that in many cozies, so I like that a lot. She also gave me this I have to test out. I have not tested yet, but I will, and I'll report back next time and let you know what I thought of it. But this is one of the arm bags, and it's in a really pretty bird pattern. But yeah, you can knit as you walk along with it. And then I also, because I had never tried one of these out, this is a matching Progress Keeper holder pouch thingy. And I'll show you, since I have put all of mine in here already, I'll show you what it looks like when you put it in. Let's see here, I'm not sure, I think it goes this way. Yeah. So here you can see I have many of mine already hanging in there, so it keeps them really organized. I'm thrilled with this. This I can absolutely say I highly recommend that you run over and you buy one of these. So good to have, and then you have them with you all the time too. So that was a really beautiful set. She also gave me this really cool zipper pouch project bag, which I really like, and it has a little sweet little what do you call that? A pull, a zipper pull in the end. With a nice gray zipper and just white inside, but the box bottom, which I adore a box bottom. I think it's really necessary. And then lastly, as if that wasn't enough, April was so generous. She knew how much I loved this particular project pouch. So she gifted me with this sweetest little chickens knitting. I love it so much. And this one was a snap, 2 snaps. Now at another time, I am going to be giving away these 2 needle cozies. This is the one very similar, just exactly like the one she gifted me, and then this really pretty bright colored one. So that'll be at another time, another giveaway in the future. But yeah, thank you so much, April, and go check out the Steady Hand. What an amazing Etsy shop it is. So everything is so well made, reasonably priced. You can't go wrong. So yeah, have fun with that. And so to enter the giveaway, I would like you to ask me a question. Anything you might be curious about. It could be something about my personal life, my professional life, knitting, essential oils, getting rid of toxins from your home, living in the country, living in a log cabin. At the end of this podcast, I'm going to insert a tour of the house, of the log cabin and the outside, the grounds that I did while Joe was away. I hope you enjoy that. A lot of you are interested in that, and you're very sweet and kind, and a lot of you wish you could live in a log cabin, and it had been a dream of ours forever. So yeah, it's really cool that it's happened. So I just want to share that with you. But anyway, just to enter the giveaway to win all of those prizes, you can either do this on here at the podcast on YouTube. Look for the Autumn Acorn Knits podcast, and you could also ask a question to me on the Facebook group. If you haven't joined, please do so, the Autumn Acorn Knits on Facebook. You could ask me a question on Instagram. Just go to JudyJewel_ and ask me a question there. You'll see the post, the proper post to do that in. And then I will choose one of those questions. We'll do the random number generator again. I'll choose the winning number and let you know who you are. And then also I'll be answering those questions at the end of each podcast as they come in. So I thought that would be great. So yeah, I think that is all. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I've enjoyed our time together, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. Hi everybody. I thought I'd give you a quick tour of the log cabin that Joe and I live in. Some people have been curious. This is just my messy craft loft. It's set up for filming the podcast right now, so it's not in its neatest state, but it's very cozy, very small. There's my chair, there's my giant 5-kilogram bump of awesomeness fiber
There's my diffuser. I have all my yarn stored in these sort of fabric containers. There's my fit desk, and there's the famous poof that Meryl the cat loves to sleep on. And then it overlooks the bedroom, our bedroom. When I'll take you downstairs, there's a really nice window there and a really pretty window there, and then a nice skylight to bring in a lot of light. So we'll go downstairs and I'll show you the rest. Oops, there's a lot of my essential oils, not all of them. I'm diffusing Stress Away and cinnamon today, and oh, does that smell good. Let me just put on my slippers. This is a view looking up to the craft loft, and this is the bed. We have a really nice fireplace in the corner, which we like to light when it gets really cold. And then this wall is all stone, which keeps this room really cool in the summer. I have my salt lamp going. And then there's not a door, but we just have these curtains that we can close if we need to. And then this leads out to the living room. There's Meryl the cat. Say hi, Meryl. Hi, Meryl. She's such a good girl. And then we have this as our main source of heat. This wood stove. It has a really nice high ceilings, and those those deer came with the house. So, and there's some nice sun skylights. Quite a few actually skylights everywhere to just bring in a lot of light. There's another poof that I crocheted that Meryl also took over. And there's a really pretty chandelier that was also left here, and the ceilings are quite high. Oh, there's Joe's birthday present that I bought him. It's a very old fire extinguisher. Pretty cool. There's the boho bag that I just knit. And then there's the outside. There's the car. And then in here, we just turned this room into a pantry / shoe boot coat room. So it's pretty functional, but we just have this so that we don't have any food in the kitchen. It helps save space. And I think that it's hard to show you, but there's a train up there on the beam that was also left with the house. They left a lot of treasures for us. And then we have a freezer here, and a cooler, and then a coat closet in there. So another small room. And then if we go in here, this is the bathroom, or the pump room. And this is the bathroom. Nothing spectacular, but you get the idea. There's another one of my oil racks, which I really need to fill. It has a clawfoot tub, which is kind of cool, and also has this wood-burning hot water heater in case we lose power. And then this is the closet. And what else? Oh, there's some really pretty, I don't think you'll be able to see them, but there's stained glass, oh you can, windows in here. There's another one up there. That is harder to see, it's being washed out. And then another one right there, and then there's a nice skylight right above the tub so you can see when you're shaving, or, you know, whenever you need to see. So, and then we'll go into the kitchen. It is so beautiful and sunny today. Oh, these are so pretty too. I love these sun catchers. I got these years ago in Connecticut, and we just leave them up all year. This is a piece that I felted. I went to a felting class, and made that quite a few years ago. Up there is our loft guest bedroom, and I'll go up there in a minute. And there's the kitchen. I'm ready to, I've been making Mermaid's hairspray, which helps with hair growth and just makes your hair more beautiful and luxurious. So I've been making that with rosemary, lavender, and cedarwood. I have some orders to go out and a kit to go out. And I've been using this alcohol-free witch hazel that is unscented, but it has aloe vera in it, which is really cool. So there's a place where we keep our plates and all the cabinets. Nice pewter hanging lamp, some oils that we use for cooking, another diffuser which is also filled with cinnamon and stress away. That's the theme of the day. It's really nice countertops, and this red sink, and then it looks out to the yard. This window looks out to the yard. Very small stove and refrigerator. And then we'll go into, there's this opening to the dining room. So we'll go into the dining room. This door leads outside to a back deck patio area. And let's give you a little look around here. It's got some neat features to it. In those two doors are our stackable washer and dryer, which is kind of handy. Again, more skylights, lots and lots of windows. There's Meryl's tower she loves to sleep on and look outside. Another really pretty fireplace with a nice wood stove that we use when it gets cold. And more windows, more skylights, and these really pretty wool curtains that, of course, I was drawn to immediately because they have acorns on them. Can you see those? Acorns. So, and this is an old pie cooler that I've had for a very, very long time. And there's our table. And then this really pretty wagon wheel chandelier. If you go over here, you can see the cottage. It's kind of hard because of the screen, but hopefully you can maybe see it. Maybe not. This is a quilt that Joe has had since he was just a little boy. That's really special to him. Okay, and then we'll go upstairs to the guest loft. And this will give us a really nice view of the living room looking down. Nice beams. And so up here we just have a bed and a window, and again some skylights to bring in a lot of light. There's a big closet in the back, and then over here is a dresser and a bear and just a really cute bed. And this is a quilt that I made. I didn't make the top. I found it at a thrift store. It's vintage, and then I just added the backing. So it's really, really cozy. And there's a little bench over there. And this is like a landing. And then go back downstairs. And I guess I could take you outside for a minute. It is so beautiful out. So this is the backyard and the cabin And then there's an outhouse over there. And it's just such a beautiful, beautiful day. A little bit of the outside of the house. There is the dining room from the outside, bedroom. That window is the kitchen. There's the barn and the tool shed. More of the outside. This is the bathroom from the outside. And then the front of the house. It's getting washed out from the bright sun, but you get the idea. And then there's the woodshed right there. And then we'll go around to this side of the house. And again, this would be the bedroom. And upstairs, that is the craft loft that I showed you. And whoops. And then the other side of the house again, looking up at the craft loft, and then into the bedroom. So that is it. That's the tour of the house. I hope you enjoyed it.